that next three steps is what you see. And when you're going down a windy road, you don't ever see what's beyond the curve.
You don't.
And so you're just going to follow the path and go in faith. And that's what people like. It's probably the best analogy that I could ever think of, because like you expect the road to be there. There might be a cliff on one side, you might have a switchback, you might have some stuff that you don't like, but you still have faith that that's going to be there, so you keep going down that path. And you just have to trust that it'll be there, and you just have to keep on going through the twists and turns. What now?
I said, that's cool that you caught it. You were able to realize, oh shit, she's not gonna like this, and you caught it.
Yeah.
There's sometimes that we don't catch things what we do.
I didn't notice for a long time. Like a long time. And then she was like, "Could you clean up after yourself?"
It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking powder everywhere. Really? Like, all right, whatever. Start looking around like, oh, like it's over there, it's over there, it's over there. It's in the cabinets. Like on little handles being on my fingers. It's like it's literally everywhere. I'm like, oh, sorry. So yeah, that happened.
Oh god.
Yesterday was freaking just nonstop all day, because so we have a job site that is right before Sanibel Island toll booth. So us getting 5 foot of storm surge with millions of dollars of equipment sitting there.
Shit, that's right.
So I literally had to pull everything that took me 2 days to get from Naples to Fort Myers and Sanibel out yesterday. So, but at least it stayed in Fort Myers. It's just at another job site. Well, most of it is. Some of it I had to take back to Naples, but that was the foolery of. They're like, yeah, so need you to get that and that out of there. It was like both of those are full day moves. It's like, yeah, so
figure it out.
We're just gonna put it on the other side of
Yeah.
town. Okay, that's doable. He's like, oh, add that freaking massive loader that you brought up here as well, and take that too. Yeah, no, that was just
Yeah,
like,
I think it's like a double Y, dude. I think it's huge.
oh yeah, no, only it's definitely one piece at a time. Like both of those excavators are like 11 and a half, 12 feet wide, and then the loader's not as wide, but it's just massive.
It's huge.
So yeah, that's the actual video that I posted of me hauling that loader out of Naples. It's massive. So, and they make bigger ones. It's crazy.
I don't know how you can take that.
How was your day yesterday?
It was all right. I dedicated it 100% to Dolly.
Okay.
Like, let me see here. What did we do? What did we do different? Her parents are coming back this weekend, so I went
From
with
Colombia?
her too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna hear about it. We're starting to get prepared. So we got season coming up, right? The holidays and all that shit. That beautiful cycle that we live upon in this Gregorian calendar.
I feel like they didn't leave this time. Like they're still here. They never left. There's so many people here still. Like the traffic's insane, and
Oh
like we didn't get the usual like death
no,
of
because it's gonna hit up north.
oh
No,
yeah.
it looks like it's gonna hit up north, Pensacola, Panama City,
Yeah, no, I
Fort
mean,
Walton Beach.
like the season traffic, the season, like the
Yeah,
snowbirds never left, they stayed. They're like,
Oh, that's what you fail. Okay, I got it. See, I'm gonna have to
yeah,
call you today.
they're like, we live here now. We're not leaving. It's like, I'm like, go home.
Yeah, yeah. Um, more on your side. I felt
Yeah.
this more on your side, maybe, but I know I certainly did see a drop,
Uh,
a
uh,
drop,
kind of
you
envious,
know.
really envious. But
Um, yeah, I know we really did. We did. This was actually, I want to say, the first summer before COVID, like after COVID, that was similar to a regular summer before COVID. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, no, definitely. 'Cause even my
Like,
parents are coming down next month as well.
nice,
So we'll be here for a
nice.
little bit.
That'd be awesome.
So
Yeah,
you
so I,
got ready?
yeah, it's one of those things where, okay, so I, me and her, we started talking. It's like, okay, so season's coming. You know, I mean, we're gonna have to do some dig deep in, and I noticed that while I'm at home, it comforts her.
Mm.
Yeah. So like just the fact that she can just reach call out and I'm at a moment's distance. Now I was yesterday in the beginning listening to a lot of other things. So I had my headphones on and I could feel her getting pissed. Like, yo, I'm talking to you. I'm like, fuck, man. You know,
I think our
right?
wives are kind of alike.
And I was like, listen, I just all right, so here's okay, so here. All right, here he is. So as soon as I finished with you, I started looking around. I was like, you know what? I can either A, read right now, or B, just go snuggle up next to her because I know that she's going to be missing. Right. First thing she does, I choose to go lay down next to her, and then she opens her eyes. She goes, "What time is it?" And I said, "It's like six something." And she goes, "The cat. Like, where's the cat?" And I'm like, oh, "Fuck, I don't know. Which one?" We got three. She goes, "Cheeto, where's Cheeto? He never came in. There's a storm coming today." And that's it. That's all she cared about. And I'm
Mm.
like, oh, my God. So she went out and sure enough, there was the cat. She called him in. He came in. She goes, so immediately from there, uh, we cook our dog's food, right? Like we pre-cook and then we repackage it out. So I had left from the night before, big old pot of ready to kind of finish stirring and ready to place in the containers because it was still warm. Can't put that in the refrigerator if it's if it's warm.
It keeps moisture.
So yeah, it'll kill it. It'll die.
It'll die.
Yeah, you gotta throw it away. You can't use it anymore. Can't, fucking food is bad. It died. So anyway, we fucking and then she goes, oh my God, we have to, I have to do that. And I'm like, are you going to do that now or are you going to do it later? Because I promise you, I'm in bed with you for you, not because of me. I got shit to do. She goes, let's do it now. I'm like, okay. So we went to the kitchen at 6 o'clock in the morning and just started banging it out, you know? And then I got a bright idea. It's like, let's make some cheese. So
Really? Okay.
yeah, I've never tried that before. And
Honestly, I've never even been tempted to
I've
attempt.
I don't know. I've been
How'd it go?
beginning it.
Check. Oh, that's funny.
So the first cheese that I am attempting is mozzarella. It is by far the simplest. You can use it with only two ingredients: milk. Well, if you add salt, milk, salt, and white vinegar. Really, all you need. But I said, okay. And I saw another one that you can add lime or lemon juice or whatever it is. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, let me figure this out. So I grabbed both videos and I just said, fuck it. common denominators. Let's just, yeah, I didn't follow instructions very well. So, like in the beginning, when I started getting my ball and I was like, and I'm collecting it, I was like, oh my gosh, I heard the lady go, this is, curds and whey. And I'm like, curds and whey. I'm like, oh shit, is this what they mean by separating curds and whey? Oh, wait, who would eat this? Dude, you have no idea where my mind went. My mind went so far into like, who would eat this? And I remembered the little rosary nursery rhyme, right? So there's the clean version, and then there's the not so clean version. The clean version is Little Miss Muffet sat on top of it, eating her curds and whey, right?
I never knew that.
No,
No.
dude, it's a nursery rhyme. You never heard those before?
I heard. I know Little Miss Muffet exists, but I didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah, she was eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her, right? No? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so
We had different upbringings. That's all.
well, I learned that in fucking kindergarten. you know, I
Got
mean,
nothing.
because I don't those stories aren't in Spanish; they're in English.
Yeah. Doesn't mean
So
that I was taught them.
wow,
And I was
you
like,
are.
well, maybe I just don't remember, but I remember a lot. So,
I thought I did too until I met my wife. She has the
well,
best memory in the world, dude.
that's different.
No, because
That's way
she
different.
has some certain details and things of certain things that happened fucking I don't even know if I wore underwear yesterday. How the fuck are
Yeah.
you gonna ask me what color was the polka dotted sweatsuit of the fucking fat pink elephant in the running suit? I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. My wife will tell me what I did that I didn't think I did and what I was wearing when I did it and where I was. So I don't. But
She even told you what you did wrong.
yeah, we were laughing about that last night
You
because
forgot to breathe.
she asked me a question and she was like, "So, how do you describe me?" And I just looked at her and I was like, "Clearly, you don't listen to the show."
Did a show, yeah.
And she was like, "Well, just tell me. You tell the world." And I just looked at her and I said, "No." And she was just like, "What do you mean, no? No." She was like, at least I tell you what I want, and you just turn around and tell me no. Yep, and I walk out the room.
No, that's the whole purpose of the whole point, right? I mean, we want them to listen. That's it. That's the whole purpose behind this. They will understand so much more if they listen.
But
You
she
know,
she didn't let it go. She came back like I came in here and make some thumbnails, and then came back out, and she was like, "You can tell me." It's just like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be." It's like when Belle wants a treat, like she doesn't leave me alone. Well, my wife wants an answer. She's not gonna leave me alone. She'll just like pop back up. Like I'll leave the room and just pop up again. So you ask me yet? I'm like, so, but yeah,
that's cool.
no, it's hilarious.
No, what else did I do? So with that cheese, I with the first part I started getting a good texture, and then adding the second part, I fucked it up. I think I overheated it a little bit. I just melted the hell out of whatever cheese I had made, and I melted it into another dimension. I mean, that thing went to fucking so it didn't work. But whatever I made, right? So whatever that next process for milk is, right, is actually pretty good because it's got nutrients, it's got salt, it's got definitely whatever all other shit milk does. But now she it looks like water, like a refined water. It's weird, you know, and she's gonna use. She goes, that's perfect for making like other stuff. And I'm like, really? Yeah, just you substitute water for this. And I'm like, ah, that makes sense. Bless you. Oh, gesundheit.
I'm glad I'm got skill with that mute button, man.
Yeah, I saw you fucking. You're like,
I was like looking for the mouse trying to get it.
I thought he's having a fucking aneurysm with fucking.
No, people
No.
from they make fried cheese curds in Wisconsin. I'm sure they make it in other places, but they
Yeah.
actually sell them.
Yeah. So anyway, like I would. That's not something that looks appetizing,
Yeah.
And then it reminded me of that nursery rhyme, and then it reminded me. I went on to some other things when I was making the cheese, and I failed miserably. Then from there, we went to her parents' house, and because they're coming, so I helped her organize the house, clean up, sweep up, vacuum, tidy up. I guess it's been empty for, whatever, 3 months since they've been down there.
Oh wow. Oh
So
wow. I was thinking it's only like a month, but so they got that 3 month stale air
yeah,
dust.
they are not happy to come. Especially my father-in-law is not happy at all.
Really?
That oh, I swear to God, dude, come on, it makes sense. I mean, because he doesn't spend more than $500 a
Yeah.
month down there, and here, just waking up is going to
It's a
cost him
lot.
100. You know,
Yeah.
so he's not happy about that. He's not. He's not. And that's the one thing. Also, I use them as an example of what not to do. As far as life and business and even relationships. I don't want to have. And I tell my wife all the time. I was like, we are not our parents. We are not our parents. Please don't think I'm my dad. And I know for a fact you're not your mother.
Mm.
So, hello. Well, we talk about those all the time. Just it's, it's the mentalities. I don't know if it's the mentality. I noticed my mom the other day. I was it hit me hard when I took her to the doc. She's doing amazingly. She's like a fucking like a little go getter. Dude, time passes so fast, so fast. I didn't even realize she got old.
Yeah.
It's
I
fucking
talked about that on one of my little morning thought sessions.
yeah, you
If you
did.
saw that, that's a big deal. Like even freaking the guy that I haven't seen in 20 years.
Hmm.
Like, all right, cool. Well, the last time I saw him, I was 22. So 2 days. That's it.
I have a
That's nuts.
I have a couple of those friends. I have a couple Air Force friends who I got one guy who I actually keep in touch with quite a bit.
No.
Quite a bit. I love him to death. He was one of the I used to call him Iron Mike.
Hmm.
Little stubby little fucking wop. Just a you know, just a tough little dude. Fucking little Italian motherfucker. Just stop, stop, stop. I love Iron Mike, dude. I love Iron Mike. But he he did like 22 years. He didn't do his 30. I think we talked about him once. I don't know if I he didn't do his he didn't want to become he didn't want to get the chief. He left
Hmm.
as a senior. He left as a senior. He didn't want to become chief. He would have gotten chief, but he goes, he didn't want that politics. He didn't want the bullshit.
Hmm.
He goes, I'm done. I admired him a lot for everything he did, dude. He's one of the first people who ever taught me about money. Like, dude, I didn't when you're a brand new airman or whatever, if you're in the military and you're brand fucking new, your mind, if it's anything like mind, as perverse or just corrupted or whatever it was, Like, dude, I had $1,000. That was like my monthly salary. You know, I used to get paid like fucking $500 on the first and $500 on the 15th. You know, and it's like some weeks that 15th is like, or that first, you know, was like 3 weeks later, and it's like shit. It's not every other week. You know, it's like it fucking hurt. Well,
Yeah.
Mikey, one of the things with Mikey, Mikey fucking always had money, always had money, and I'm like, dude, you know, how did, and I'm not just saying that he had a couple $100. Mikey always had thousands,
Mm.
you know? And I was like, what the fuck, dude? How is this possible? And I know that he goes out. I know that he partied or whatever. And he fucking lived, he was one of the first guys to live off base. He was one of the first guys, you know? And I was like, what the fuck? How is this working? So I asked him one day, you know, and he goes, it's easy, Nest. I literally live off of half of my salary. Whatever my salary is, I live off 1 week's work. And I'm thinking to myself, so you live off of $500 a month? He goes, yep. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So out of $500 a month, that's all you spend. He goes, that's all I'm allowed to spend. If I need anything else, I got to go work for it. But from my salary, from what's coming for the next fucking 4 years, gone. Half of it's gone. And I'm like, why? You know, I had no clue. And he's the one who first taught me about compound interest. And then watching him fucking do that. And then I asked him one time, I said, who are your parents? And I think his mom was a banker and his dad was in some other fucking finance job or something like that.
Mm.
I don't remember what his dad did, but I know his mom was a banker, and that's pretty much where he got a lot of his stuff from. You know, I
That's
would,
crazy.
yeah, he was, and then if you talk to him now, I love to listen to his success because we've always stayed in contact. Like whenever I was doing the real estate,
Okay.
uh, when I was doing the real estate offices, I remember he has, I think he's got four rental properties now.
Okay.
And he did all that with a military fucking with a military salary the whole time. So he built, I think it's like 6 homes, 6, 7 homes that he has. 4 of them are rentals, you
No
know.
kidding.
Yeah, and he has a portfolio of
Just
homes.
got after it.
He what else did he do? Like right now he's retired now, but he has a full-time job that pays him, you know, $150 a year or something like that. So, you know, it just it just kept following him. His little successes kept following him. You know, I told him that I'm fucking ready to call it quits, and he goes, he could have called it quits because I think he just waking up, he makes 15 grand a month. You know, just waking up. That's not bad. He can retire.
That's
Not
awesome, man.
yeah,
Man.
like literally, you know, like the guy, he's got it made. Plus, that's just 15 grand of steady paychecks coming in every month, not including his fucking rental properties, which are even
Oh,
more,
man.
you know. So he's doing quite well for himself, and I'm really happy for him. I love listening to his success. I, then you get the other guys, you know, they got the guys that what the fuck happened to him, you know? Oh my gosh, I got quite a few of those guys, you know, that you don't talk to for like 20 years, you know, but you've kind of maintained a certain, you know, because I mean, you hadn't seen him in 20 years, but you've maintained contact, I presume.
We didn't have contact for a pretty long time because he ended up, so he went to the Air Force. He dropped out of college and went to the Air Force. So he actually stayed, like, we played high school football together. He was in the dorm across the hall from me in
Nice.
college. And then he dropped out. And I think I stayed till the end of that year. And then I dropped out the next year. Yeah, I dropped out the year after that. But he ended up going to basic, and I didn't hear from him for a long time. And then he popped by my parents' house in '04. And then after that, he went to I think Britain, and so he was overseas for a long time.
He went to Lake and Heath, so he
And then
definitely was with the 15s.
yeah, and then eventually I got this random message from on Instagram. I think it was on Instagram. He doesn't have social media, so I don't know how he got me a message on Instagram, but I looked at the picture, and it was like this crazy white dude playing rugby. I was like, is that freaking Steve? It was like click on it and it's Ox. I was like, oh yeah, that's Steve because he's the only person that calls me that. So there's a couple of select few that call me that, but yeah,
What,
we
ox?
connected. Ox, the strongest Ox, I guess.
Yeah.
But it
Ugly
was
as an ox? I don't know.
yeah. I mean, look, man, I have a mirror, so I know that's not true. But yeah, so we reconnected and we started catching up, and actually, yep, selling insurance is how I made a contact with a lot of people that I hadn't talked to in a long time, and then we really started getting tight. Found out he was just up the road here in Georgia, and then just by happenstance, his wife got him tickets to the Broncos game down here.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
and
so cool.
so it was really good to catch up with him. And that's crazy because we were both kind of nutcases. Um, it might have to do with he was a strong safety and I was a cornerback, so we both had a lot of head trauma. But no, we were both nuts. And he's probably the fastest white boy I've ever met in my life. Uh, like legit, like 4.3, 4.4 40. Like yeah, no,
He looks like a big boy, though.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure he's not that fast now, but
Oh,
but I'm the
just, yeah.
I'm the rarity that's the same size as I was when I was coming out of college. So actually, I'm bigger than I was when I came out of college too.
Yo, let me tell you one thing. Being home with Dolly is not good for my waist.
Don't blame your wife for that.
Yes, I can.
Don't you put that on her? That's
I
you.
have to. I know. You ready for this one? I promise you. Oh man, this is amazing. You should taste it. Taste it. I'm like, no, babe, I'm good. Good. No, taste it. Open your mouth.
Oh my gosh! I hope my wife watches this episode because she can hear
Dude,
herself. That.
I'm telling you, it's like, but in your mind is like, that'll be cheating. She doesn't give a fuck. You're here for no. You eat. I'm like, fuck, dude. I listen. Don't ask me. We in this past week since we got back from Wichita, I think I gained my 10 pounds back. Yeah, yeah. The 10 pounds I lost in Colombia on vacation. Yeah, those. Yeah,
They're
I
back,
gained.
huh?
Yeah, they came back.
That's funny.
So, and it's all of because 100% it is based on spending time at home with Dolly. Undoubtedly, it
You
is.
know, I'm
It
gonna call
is.
bullshit on that. I'm gonna call bullshit on that because you can stay very, very, very. You can manage your weight and eat pretty much what you want if you actually got up and worked out.
That is correct.
So,
That is correct.
yeah, I'll call him bullshit
Yeah,
on that.
that is correct. Like for example, I ran this morning.
Nice, good shit.
Yeah, I ran this morning. That's the podcast that I sent that I texted you. That's what I was listening to.
Yeah, got you.
I think it's fire. It definitely is.
I don't think I've heard a bad Ed Milet and Joe Dispenza yet. So
No,
probably
this is more of the his book. I think it's his latest book. Um, God damn it, what's the name of it? Hold on, I have it in the tip of my tongue. It is mastering. It's mastering you, changing the power. Fuck. How to change yourself. Literally. Fuck. What's the name of that book?
Joe.
Something of changing. How to changing the power of changing, having the power of changing you, or changing, of changing yourself, of being yourself. How to fuck.
Let's see here. So we've got the habit of being yourself, breaking the habit of
Breaking
being.
of habit. That's it. Breaking the habit of being yourself. So this interview was after this book, because he
Okay.
talked a lot of principles that are in this book right there. You know, I read that book. A good friend of mine, somebody that actually that I would love to invite on our daily chats. I just don't know if he's willing to wake up at 4:30, to be on a call by 5.
Yeah. No. No.
But I would love to interview him with you. Is one of the first guys that whoever his name is George, and George was amazing when he first came out. Well, George is amazing. He's got phenomenal uh sales tactic, I guess you could say. Is just motivational guy. He's a great presenter. That's what he is. He's a, once he learns a subject, he learns how to project it. He learns how to teach it, and that's one thing that I love. That I
Skill.
want to say that's an amazing skill. Yes, it's like the power of persuasion times 10. He has an amazing skill, and I've always wanted to learn more about it with him. And then, well, anyway, he used to be at with another financial company similar to that one,
Okay.
and that's where I met him at. And I'm going back now 20. This was back in 2001, and we became close friends, good friends for about 3-4 years. Like we working together and so forth, and we're just I just enjoyed him talking so much. And he's the one who gave me this book one day, after years had passed and I was in a slump. He goes, Nest, you really should read this. I'm like, all right. So I looked at the book and I said, I actually got to, part of the book, I have to take notes. I have to write down. I have to do homework. Yo, that's a great book. And I said to myself, I can't do this now. It's not, I can't do this now. I can't dedicate it that much time now. And I set it aside. When I came back to it, somehow the universe had already conspired. I haven't finished the book, but a lot of the principles that are in that book, I learned through other principles. And I was in shock. I was like, that's probably why I didn't finish the book, but I should. But it's amazing. I gave that book to a young man one time. I said, listen, here's how much, here's when you realize that nobody, there's not enough there's not enough money in this world to motivate anybody to do anything. Listen to this, because I gave that book to a young man and I said, listen, he was in a process through his time. He tried assisting me for a little bit. I gave him a job. And I remember my ego was so much up here. I had mixed, it was bad because this was right after Toad.
Okay.
And you have to remember my ego before like after Toad was diminished. Well, this is all of a sudden my ego came back tenfold. Like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to try that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fuck this. It came back like with vengeance, like not to die. And I remember, it's like, you're not killing me, motherfucker, and yeah, he came back with vengeance. And that's when I gave this book to this kid and I said, listen, man, I don't know how I can help you, but I promise you, if you read this book, you'll, he goes, all right, I'll read it. I said, but listen, dude, you have to take notes. You have to do the homework assignments that are in every fucking chapter. I mean, literally at the end of the chapter, you have to do this assignment because you can't continue to the next chapter if you don't do the assignments. You know what I mean? It's like the results based on what's going to happen next. And I was like, you've got to do this. He goes, yep, no problem. He comes to me a week later and I said, hey, man, a week later, he goes, I'm done with the book. I'm like, you're done with the book? I said, I gave you a month to read it. No problem. He goes, no, I'm done with it. I was like, where are your notes? Oh, I didn't take any. What did you learn? Well, I understand the principles and blah, blah, blah. And he told me, and I'm like, but you were supposed to do the homework. Like you did. No, it's okay. Okay. No problem. It must have hurt him that much not to do it. Because I know he read it. He's a speed reader, like I've seen him literally take a book
like, just consume it,
and he'll consume it. Yeah, he understands it though. Like
that's freaking awesome.
It's an amazing skill. Me, I'm still going. And if the bird flew, oh wow, the bird flew. Okay, what? Yeah. It's like wow.
That's me.
Yeah. Wait. And the bird flew. Oh yeah, that's right. I already passed this one. Yeah, that's me. Ooh, but there's even other people that listen to audiobooks like in like 5 times as fast. I'm like, dude, what are you speaking Chinese? What's going on? Yeah. Oh no, it's how I listen to everything. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, it saves time. What did it say?
Yeah. I actually enjoy my audiobooks. So I actually like to listen to them.
To listen to them, right? Yeah. You paint a picture. For some reason, I don't know. Oh, that's why the other day, if you ever see me get an idea, please, because see, they have to come out. In order for them to materialize, they have to come out. They have to come out. Like I know the other day we were talking about something, and yeah, it has to. I have to be able to say it, because if it's not going to be made into reality. It literally will go right back into the junk drawer until it's ready to come back out. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And for people that are just listening, I was just holding up a pen in the camera as he was talking.
Yeah.
Write it down. Yeah. Because I literally I'll be talking and I'll watch you and I'll see it come. It's like all the lights turn on in the house and you're like, and it's like, oh yeah, he's got to get that one out.
It's either that, you know what, I should, and I'll have it for the next time. There's still a little bit of time left. I'm not gonna go get it now. Fuck, because that way I don't want to get lost always. I know I get lost. I get lost in translation.
I mean, there will be things that I think about, and then I'll be like waiting for you to finish, and then I'll forget, and then it'll come to me like a day later. So
yeah, it's like, it's like, oh. Like, oh,
that's why there's a pen right there and there's a notebook right here now, because it's happened too many times. But I think we should all take notes anyways.
I told this kid to go back and reread that book to finish it, and I said, I don't even want to read it physically. I want you to show me that you did the homework. That's all I want.
Mm.
And I said, I will give you $1,000. I told him I would give him $1,000 if he read that book.
I wish somebody would tell me some shit like that.
That was, I don't know whatever happened. He texted me not too long ago saying, "Hey, how are you? You know, I really like to talk." You know, I don't know what he found within himself. Um, he was going through a really tough time. I hope he found. I know he ended up. He was. I want to say one of my first victims. You know, of of my of my wake up.
Mm.
You know, um, yeah. In the beginning, it wasn't. I wasn't. It was more ego saying, "I need to stay." No, you got to go.
Mm.
You got to go. But other than that, what else can I say about that kid? Nothing. I love him to death. I hope he's doing good. You know, because I've asked him for that book back so many times. Finally, he told me that his mom accidentally threw it away. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. Uh, I feel that when you loan a book, it's gonna fucking just it's gone. You know, I feel that if literally that book just disappeared, I ended up buying it again. I bought it
Oh,
again because it was part of my library.
that's
You know,
funny. I have my boy that lives up in Tampa. Somebody else I went to high school with. Freaking super entrepreneur. Started a company, ended up exiting it, sold it to his brother, still collected on the back end, started a couple other companies. He's the one that helped me transition from one online platform and start it to another one so I could brand it more. Like he's been coaching me through all
uh-huh.
that stuff. So I lent him a book on infinite banking
Yes.
and freaking I was like, "You done with that book?" He's like, "Yeah, but you're not getting that one back." He's like, he's like, that one's mine now. He's like, go over to my bookshelf and and pick a couple. He's like, you can't have that one back.
I truly
He's like,
believe that.
I'll send you another one. That's what it
I
is.
truly believe that. I truly believe that because I mean, yeah, we do give a book, please return it. If you love
Yeah,
it so much, at least I try to. I try to.
yeah.
If I borrow a book, I'll probably buy it immediately and give it back
Well,
because I
that's
know
what it's
the
like.
I know the importance of it.
Yeah.
I understand. My wife doesn't understand my bookshelf yet. Excuse me.
Well, that's
You
like
know,
when somebody values the information like that. I mean, he's just like, dude. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll send you another one. He's like, I had to take notes from that book. It was too
yeah,
good.
I
Go
love it.
grab something off
That's
my shelf. So, and
yeah.
if we share information like that, yeah, the world like that side of my circle, like Jesus, like the way we think and work together and we're talking and ideas are flowing and like we were in this, we went to there's a cigar bar in Tampa that's like a cathedral. It's crazy. Stained glass whiskey bar. It's just it's nuts.
I'll be up
And
there mid-October.
okay,
I'll
we're
be
in
in
Tampa or
St.
over the
Pete.
side, St.
I'll be
Pete.
in St. Pete.
We might have to see about making a weekend trip or something up there. But
All
yeah,
right.
the conversation that turned that, and I was drinking water. They were drinking whiskey. I was on some variation of 75 hard in my life, smoking a cigar, and we talked about business and ideas for like 4 hours. My
Nice.
wife, I have find a
Ooh.
picture. She had me get her an espresso martini, and then and then somebody else ordered her one, so she's got two martinis. That's when she found out that she's like, these are so good, and I was like, yeah.
No! That's when you say stop.
But it was a good time. And
Oh
it's like, hey,
my God.
I think the best part about that is we had a DD because I wasn't drinking, so everybody was able to just really let loose,
Relax.
um, and everybody relaxed, and so it was a cool time, good experience. But yeah, the conversations that are had with people that have a very focused growth mindset that are always looking to do something new and we're looking for the next step, like it's just freaking phenomenal. There's nobody
Man,
bitching about problems. It's like, all right, so how can we get better in this area? And they just keep on moving, and
see,
everybody's like,
that's the thing that that's all it is. It's all about, oh my God, it's the same thing with the in-laws coming. It's how they're gonna be talking about it. It's how fucking life sucks because you're here or whatever that is, or just because you're fucking broke, just because whatever you saved wasn't enough. You know, middle America is dead, is dying. Everybody's fucking dead broke, dude. If you don't have $1 million, I don't have $1 million saved up. I am fucking broke. If you don't have $1 million, you're fucking broke. It's
right.
just that simple. You know what I mean? So it's like with all these fucking people not focusing on why do we always start talking about the good stuff towards the end? With all these fucking people coming in and realizing that the cost of living is insane, fucking taxes are still increasing. How is it possible that we were talking about fucking eggs the other day that I look for eggs that are on sale for $5 a dozen? Holy fuck, dude. How can you expect the middle class to survive? You can't.
Mm.
So what are they doing, dude? Somehow, some way, there's a fucking there's an ideology back there behind somebody's fucking head or something's fucking head that says, hey, we're gonna make this a revolving fucking door. We all have a number. Every time a baby's born, boom. All right, that motherfucker's worth $100 million, $1 billion. That's how much they're going to spend and give the system in their lifetime. That's all they give a fuck about. How much are you worth? That's all they. So when you find a way out, I guess you could say it that way, of being in that fucking, of being able to enjoy it, because most people we're just slaves, right? I mean, we're stuck in the matrix in the sense that I have no way out. When in reality, you take the blinders off, there are 1,001 ways out. Unfortunately, they're all very fucking uncomfortable to do. They're very fucking uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. You're gonna lose your friends. You're gonna lose your family. You might actually lose the love of your life. You don't know what's gonna fucking happen, but you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get uncomfortable. It's gonna fucking suck. Yes, it is. But when you embrace the suck, you're gonna be able to see and realize that it's only the first three steps. The first, it's only the initial part. There was an old saying there. It's okay to fail. You know, making a new habit, right? Habits are made. What if you do something for 20 straight days or 21 straight days or something like that? Well, there's true evidence that there's habits can actually be broken overnight. How is that
Yeah.
possible? Well, it's real simple. You uh you make it the next day. So if for example, if you here's the best example, right? So I failed at my fucking 75 hard already 8 times since we started. Right? I'm gonna begin, and I'm fucking doing it, and I fail. You know what? Fuck, dude, just don't make that mistake again. Okay, cool. Here we go. It's the learning from their failures that you're gonna be able to fucking succeed. It's okay to fail. It really is okay. It just shows that you're at least fucking trying, because if you don't try, then you're not growing. You're not doing anything. There's an old saying, and being an aircraft mechanic, I guess you could say, if you haven't broken anything, you're not really working.
Mm.
You know,
that's a very interesting concept.
I mean,
Uh,
it's true. How many fucking you can use any mechanics, dude? If you're not working, if you're not, how many times are you fucking over there going ba 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 ba, and you're banging, you're
I've
throwing
broken
shit at
some shit, and I'm not even a mechanic. And it's like when I help the mechanics,
yeah.
and I was like, "Hey, forewarning," I was like, "I'm gonna tell you to check this because I don't want to break it." He was like, "Seriously?" I was like, "Dude, I break shit, and I break it a lot." So like snapping bolts, and snapping bolts like messes up everybody's day. So
Oh fuck
just
yeah, it does. You have hardware. Oh
just
my god.
check this. So, but that's
That's
just
yeah. But,
you were
well,
talking, and you were like that next three steps is what you see. And when you're going down a windy road, you don't ever see what's beyond the curve.
you don't.
And so you're just going to follow the path and go in faith. And that's what people like. It's probably the best analogy that I could ever think of, because like you expect the road to be there. There might be a cliff on one side, you might have a switchback, you might have some stuff that you don't like, but you still have faith that that's going to be there, so you keep going down that path. And you just have to trust that it'll be there, and you just have to keep on going through the twists and turns. And I think that people are trying to figure out, well, all I see is the destination. Well, yeah, like you're seeing the destination on a map, but when you zoom in, you're not going to see the obstacles that are there until you actually get upon them.
That's why, because we have such a fucking narrow uh pay attention span, right? Squirrel, 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 like all of So, but that's why you have to celebrate the small wins, small victories, and keep them small. Yes, their ultimate end goal is to be the fucking fat billionaire sitting on a fucking beach. I'm just saying, fat, whatever it is. It just you want that to be, because in my mind, I think I have at least a 4 pack. You know, I'm just saying, whatever it is, to each his own. If you want to be a fat bastard, then be a fat bastard. It's okay. I don't want to be a fat bastard. But anyway, um,
Oh my goodness.
I can say that. I can say that. I can say
uh,
that. There's a lot of
uh,
things that I can't say that I can't say.
you just made me laugh because I was thinking like the other CDL driver that works there that runs the one of the crews. He stopped me when I was on the job site the other day, and he was like, "Hey, he's like, can you send me some supplements that I can get on because he's like, I want to lose this," and he like grabs this fold of skin. And I was like, "Dude, you don't even have that much to lose. Like, you're almost there. What are you complaining about?" He's like, "Man," he's like, he's like, I don't eat and I can't lose the weight. I was like, starving yourself is not the freaking answer. That's why you can't lose the weight. And he's like, yeah. He was like, well, the
It
reason why
is if you know how to break the fast. Don't get me started
so,
on that one because I
but he's
can't.
only he's only eating like McDonald's once a
Yes.
day,
Okay. So he's fucked in the head. Yeah.
and he's just
He's
like
consuming. So he just needs a little bit more
he's got
calories.
he's got a shift. But he's going there. He's what did he say to me? He's like, oh, he's like, the reason why I'm asking you your advice, he's like, because you're the only truck driver that I know that's not fat.
Ah, there you go.
He's like, so clearly, he's like, you're in a truck for X amount of hours a day, and I can see your abs through your shirt. It's like sweet. It was like,
Nice.
go ahead and give me that ego boost, bro. I thank you. Um, but yeah, so he downloaded the First Form app, and I got him doing the workout programs on there, and freaking, he's also but he's gonna order some supplements from them. And I was like, you gotta freaking eat, and you need to eat the right stuff. So hopefully that helps him out. If not, we'll tweak it. I'm trying to get him to actually meet with one of their fitness counselors so he can actually have somebody that's going to give him what he needs. He needs a freaking nutritionist.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is though So I made a purpose that I'm gonna give Dolly. I'm gonna get. I still haven't decided who, but instead of a nutritionist, I want to spend money and I can get Dolly's that whole DNA gene.
I remember you were talking about that.
I need to do. It's a
Gary Brecka.
the, yeah. I don't know if I want to do the Gary Brecka one. I'm just because now all of a sudden everybody's doing them, right? So I need to find the right. It's fucking retarded. I'll bet you it's like a regular test that somebody can pay like I don't know, $50 extra, but because now it's a fucking thing, now it's 10 times the amount. Cocksuckers. But hey, it's okay. I mean, survival of the fucking fittest. I mean, really? Hello. There's some of us that we're pretty fit.
Everybody's trying to eat.
Everybody's trying to eat. But at the same time, there's certain things that you just should not profit from. I'm sorry. I am all about the capita, dude. I am all about it. I don't know. Shouldn't I mean why the fuck is the US the one of the only countries in the world that allows drug companies to have
control the airways.
Commercials? Control, yeah, dude. Like the TV. So they want you ask your doctor about this medicine. Why the fuck do I want to ask the doctor if I want to take another fucking medicine, dude? That motherfucker, dude. I almost said a bad word there.
They're just trying to.
That motherfucker right there. Yeah, dude.
Like,
oh my god! Wait, I didn't send you a picture. Because we went fucking grocery shopping yesterday. I picked up what I thought was lime juice, right? And then Dolly goes, hold on. Dolly says it's not lime juice, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's fucking. It says lime juice. She goes, that's 0%. I'm like, what? Flipped it over, and it says right there, has 0% real juice. And I'm looking at this thing. I was like, so what the fuck is this, dude? And it had, I don't know, some other shit in there. And of course, the yellow number 5 and all the other shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at that going, this is fake shit that's going to kill you. But they have a drug for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a drug for this. I'm so worried about, like, I see my mom, her health, how she eats, how the world eats, certain things. And I'm thinking to myself, the US can't be that much off. They've addicted us to breads, to fucking starches. It's you can't have a meal without a starch, a potato, a fucking white toast or whatever it is. I get looked at. You go to the fancy restaurants, you go to the restaurants or any fucking, you got your toast for your breakfast. No breads. Really? The fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's funny.
No breads. And I have a hamburger with, minus the bun. It's just, holy shit, dude. It's just, I see that and I'm so scared of the diabetes that's coming. I see it with my in-laws. I see it with my mother. She's not diabetic yet. I've seen it with certain families. Dude, we're not the fit society anymore. We're not a fucking powerful nation. We're a fucking nation of fat fucking lazy bastards. That I am fucking beautiful in my 600-pound life and yay. Suck a dick. What the fuck is wrong with people, dude? I don't understand. And they're making it a normal thing when the rest of the fucking world, dude, let's make them weak so we can go over there and fucking kill them. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe they already took over. They're taking. I don't know.
They're already here. So they've been coming in by the millions for the past 3.5 years.
I don't know.
But that whole thing. If you're around me, you have to be an outlier. Period. So. We believe in being fit, healthy. I want people that are going to be assets around me. That's it. That's the price to being in the circle. and you can call it shallow, you call it whatever you want, like, but you got to at least be able to move your own body weight healthily for a period of time, to where if we actually had to move, I don't have to drag you and I don't have to carry you unless you're
That way,
injured.
you're not a
Like,
liability, dude. It's gonna. You're right. You're
right.
100%. Everybody's got to pull their own weight, dude. Literally, because I'm thinking, I how the fuck do I just have, like you said, you want 800 acres? You know what I mean? I'd be happy with just 100. You
Yeah.
know, it just didn't have. I have a tail number. I want my own little airplane. I don't want people to fucking tell me what I can eat, what I cannot. I don't want people to, I want to be able to be self-sustainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know enough about solar, but I have the right people and I have the right contacts that I could build a fucking badass solar fucking van, solar house. Dude, I have the
Nice.
right people. Like, um, I know people that want to build compounds just to be able to help sustain. If you want to be, dude, it's like grow your own food type deal, healthy. I know I'm sounding so far fetched, dude, but it's coming. I swear to God, I see it and it's scary.
I wish you
Yes,
didn't
I
see it.
grew, huh?
I said, I wish you didn't see that. That sucks.
Oh my God. Listen, they're telling us, they're telling us that there's a civil war coming. Hello, McFly. They're telling us within the stories that something's gonna fucking happen. Dude, I don't know what's going on with the fucking marketplace and Diddy and how many people that motherfucker fucking,
It's just a
fucked in the
distraction.
ass. But I promise you, that list tied in with fucking Epstein's list, and we're all fucked, dude. It doesn't fucking matter. Whoever's not on that list is
The little
fucked.
puppets, the puppet, the pulling the strings. That's
Yeah,
to the people who run the world, and it's
that's
crazy.
pretty much what it is. Just leave us the fuck alone. We can't do that. It's just I want to be, and that's my ultimate goal is be able to be. So I remember growing up. Sebastian asked me one time, and he goes, "Dad, I wish when I grew up, I'm as knowledgeable as you. You know about everything." I was like, "Listen, dude." I said, "We talked about that. Jack of all trades, master of none. It's better. It, you know, you want a guy to fucking think about everything, know a
Yeah,
little bit about everything. It's you need
yeah.
to be prepared. You need to
Well,
be
that was the
how do
thing. We have a good friend of ours that bought a pretty decent sized piece of land a little over a year ago, and all of a sudden everybody was like, we could just like get a camper and put it out on this property, and let's take this little corner over here. And he's like laughing, and he's like, "What do you bring to the equation for me to actually have you out here on my property?" Like, and so everybody was like throwing in their bid,
Yes.
and I'm like over here doing my own thing, and he was just like, "Yeah," he's like, "You're the only person that didn't say that you would move out to the property, and you're probably the only one that I would actually want." He's like, you can hunt, you can farm, you can work on stuff. He's like, and you know how to solve problems. And he's like, and then we were talking to the in-laws, and he's like, and funny enough, my father-in-law said the same thing. I was like, so I mean, but that jack of all trades, like that carries a certain value in a society where you actually have to have input and you need to pull your weight.
You
Like,
need to pull your weight, dude. You need to
so
pull your weight. Yep. Yep. I mean, in a perfect environment, that's how cities were developed in neighborhoods.
right,
You get a good group of people.
barter
That's why
system.
I remember I always said, fucking, I want a compound. I really do. I see myself owning a compound, right? And I can have my family right there, all in a certain location. But at the same time, doesn't mean I'll be there all the time,
Yeah.
you know, because I want to be able to just get the fuck out, just go.
Oh no, that island sounds pretty promising. I need a compound like the big ranches that we were looking at yesterday. Like I need one of those, and then
I
I
think
need
they
an
sold it,
island.
but what I think they
I need
sold
both.
it. There was an island and it was 2.5 acres, in Key West, it wasn't expensive, dude. For 2.5 acres, I think it was like they were asking like $2 million, like a $1 million an acre, something like that. It was beautiful. But this was a while ago. That property probably is gone. On the fucking Google Map pictures, there was two RVs or or trailers right there on the island. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And it had a one way in and one way out. So it's not like, it's your own private secluded, because I remember driving down when I would go to the marathon or Key West, for an airplane, I would look for this address, you know.
Mm.
I got to see. I don't remember exactly, and then I saw that it had big trees and then a little gated fucking, access, and I was like, I bet you that's it, dude. Sure enough,
Mm.
it's completely secluded. You can't tell that you're driving fucking, on that highway, and that you can't, you get
Mm.
you got
Overseas
house.
highway.
Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
overseas highway, whatever the fuck it is, dude.
Mm-hmm.
There's the gain access to that little island was just so private, and I said to myself that whoever that's like they won the lottery,
Mm.
because you have mainland access, of course, through that little bridge, but you also have a boat dock
Mm-hmm.
on your island, so you can take your boat anywhere. And then, I'd be like, Key West fishing. I was like, isn't that my
That's what
fucking
I was
like my
thinking about. While you're fishing.
ultimate, ultimate? Dude, I grew up watching Flipper, right? So that was like the show, and just watching that little fucker, the way he lived. I forgot the kid's name, but I would love to be like, ah, that was me, like jumping on. Yes, yes, I love that fucking idea. Yes.
I'm still about that 420 Vantage that's stuck in my head. That's coming back in from fishing.
Uh huh.
It's so stuck in my head. Like I was like, all right, like it's coming. Like, huh? Mark my words, like it's coming because I've seen it. So, but yeah,
In order for
I need an island and a ranch.
we gotta just here's the thing though. I love the good old US of A, but I'm scared to see where it's going. How much time
Uh,
we have? I think we're almost done.
we're probably over an hour. Yeah,
How
we're
are
a
you
little
on
over an
time?
hour. So given the fact that it's a monsoon outside right now, I won't be working today.
Oh,
Um, yeah, that's why we're still going because
nice. I don't have an
that's
issue.
why I had to pull all the stuff off the job site yesterday because I was like, oh, it's not going to be that bad, and then it's been pouring for the past 30 minutes. And it's like, okay, well maybe it is going to push a little bit of the feeder bands out here.
It's
Um,
probably gonna work. Let me see where. Let me check the camera here. I have that app. Here we
I
go.
use my radar has been the
I have.
go-to.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh, no, it hasn't hit us yet, and you're already having the. Oh yeah, dude! Look at that Doppler. Nasty. Fuck, dude. Wow. Well, I mean, you can see me, clear skies, and I ran this. I ran this morning. You see the moon? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, dude, it's just like I predict a nasty storm later, but yeah, I was expecting it all. I was expecting it yesterday too, but it was nothing. So that's why I decided to stick around. Today, I don't know. I do have some work that I can do today. Depends. I probably have Nelson. Just I don't know what I want to do.
Mm. Yeah,
I need I
I'll
need to
edit
do
today.
insurance shit. I need to do insurance shit. Ah,
I might redo my store. I don't know. I've been looking at some other themes and watching some videos, and I think I might redo
When
The
was the last time you actually spent the day with mama?
oh, she's actually gonna be home today too. And, but the last time I spent a day with her was the day before I went to Tampa.
So
So it was
make it
Friday.
a make it a mama day. Maybe get
So
a mama day. 20% you, 80% her. Promise
I
you.
was like, well, the 20%. I mean, as soon as she gets out of bed, then that's pretty much like that will just be what's going on right here, and then the rest is her. So we're hitting the gym together today. Oh, so that's why I actually slept in today. I slept until that sounds so weird to say that. I slept in and
I
got up
slept
at
in, but I
4:30.
still woke up at 4:30.
So yeah, no, I slept in a little bit, and then well, when she gets up, we'll hit the gym. Hopefully, it should be empty because it's storming outside. But if it's not, then we're gonna go hit the warehouse because I haven't been to the warehouse since I got injured. So uh, it's well overdue. But then I'm scared to go in there because there's he let his neighbor start using the
Ah!
gym. Yeah, well that's the thumbnail I sent you is literally from the inside of the warehouse. And I was like, that's my wife was like, will you please stop making these thumbnails that make you look crazy? I was like, it doesn't make me look crazy. She was
There's
like, you look
nothing else crazier than you watching me in the ice bath going,
did you see that? I'm just like, yeah, yeah. I was
tougher.
like, and I'm like looking at it and I was like, dude, what is still to this? I watched it again yesterday. I was like, dude, what's wrong with you?
The fuck is wrong with you?
Is it like, oh yeah, yeah, that looks like it sucks. Like just like he doesn't smile very often. Show him something that looks like it sucks. He just lights him up. Like yeah, no, that's whatever. We all have our issues. That one is mine. Okay. But no, but they started letting the guy next door use the gym and he doesn't put the weights back the way that he found them, and it drives me freaking insane. Like because like all the weights, all the numbers are up, all the letters are facing the same way. Like everything has its place,
Are you one
and
of those fucking coffee cups, all the mugs are in the same fucking direction, guys?
no, but I am like that
Okay.
when it comes to the weight room because that is the part like that's a part of the day that is so important, and I feel like that place needs to be it's a certain level of I don't know respect, attention to detail, and it's just I feel like it's important. If you can take the time when you're exhausted and you've left it all there, and there's puddles of sweat on all the machines and on the floor, and you can take that little bit of extra effort to put it back, tweak it to where it looks right, and like it's picture perfect every time. That's just a certain level of I don't personal excellence, attention to detail. But it's when you're at your weakest and your worst that you take the time to do it, and so it gets rid of that thought. Well, no, at least I made it today. No, bitch, be
No, you
excellent.
didn't. Yes.
Like that's it, and
Yep.
so that's why it irks me so much because it's just a little bit of effort. It's not
It's
much.
it's 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 here's the other thing though. So yes, it's important for you to take that first step, but make sure that you take that step to your fullest potential.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. You know, for example, don't just go to the gym and go, I am here. No, you came for a purpose. Let's go ahead and do it. Right? You came to sweat, you came to run, you came to jog, whatever the fuck it was. You just, right? If you just came to open the door and take a picture and say, I made it, who are you really fucking cheating? Right? No, oh, I actually made it to the gym today. Listen, we're all guilty at one point or another of cheating ourselves. I mean, I mean, isn't that what hard fucking really teaches you? Don't cheat yourself.
Hmm.
If you're going through the app and at the same time you're like, yep, I did all these yesterday, I can continue on my next day. And then it'll say, hey, did you really do that? You can honest, right? I mean, if you can look yourself in the mirror and go for it, why not? You know, there's other items that you go, well, I didn't act. I mean, look at you. It's all in your integrity, right? So at the same time, I didn't actually read the book I said I was going to read. I did have access to another book. I'm supposed to read. So when you start, it's one of those things. I understand, but there has to be also a median, a median aspect of it, because honestly, yes, you didn't complete exactly verbatim. This is that gray area that we play with, especially me being a mechanic and so forth. That's the way I really do live my life, in a very gray area, very gray area. Not too much to one side, not too much to the other. I've learned that I have more peace, I have more money, I have more anything. If I truly honest live, not too much of her is a bad thing on me. Too much of me is a bad thing on us, right? If I fucking dedicate more time towards money and it's only money, I'm not gonna have a fucking family life. If I dedicate too much family life, I'm not gonna have fucking any money. Whatever it may be. These are normal fucking guy problems. It really does. It affects all of us in the exact same way. The problem is that most of us don't really understand what is a happy medium. What is a happy medium? Well,
I
it's
don't
real
think there
simple.
is a happy medium. I think that
You can't.
at every stage of life, you're just going to be imbalanced in other areas. And so, but you have to learn how to like recognize it, and you need to move back the other way. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, oh, fuck it up. All right, move back the other way. Like, all right. Like, sorry, babe. Like, yep. Like, okay. Well, but it, it's that's why that shirt that says focus has all the
Mm-hmm.
little lines, because like there's all the different areas that like you get, just because you can have a singular focus. So like, oh, you need to focus on this, and like then you just throw everything else out the window. Hey, no, you need to focus and be present where you are at that point in time. Whether it's at dinner with your wife, put your freaking phone down. All right, when you're at work, you're at work. When you're on your hustle, you're on your hustle. Like, but you got to focus, and you still have to give everything its due. I think is what really is the point. Like, because last night my wife waited for me to come home to eat dinner, so I was gone for like what 14 hours yesterday, and so she was like, she got Chinese food. It's like, all right, so this is cool, whatever. And then I was like, oh, that thumbnail sucks. I'll be right back. Go in the office. And she was like, I guess I shouldn't have waited for you. No, I'm coming. Run back out there, eat dinner. And then it's like, all right, let me finish. Run back in here, and then go back out there. And it's like, but it's like you're trying to fit the the job in, and then I've got this project over here that I'm doing, and then the store's over here, and then there's this project with the kids, and then my wife's sitting here at the center of it, and so I'm like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and this is really messed up when you think about it. So you got the center, the core, the nucleus, the family, and then we're always trying to run out to do all the other things that are
Yeah.
seemingly important to provide for this, and usually this, instead of it coming back to here and back to the center, we start hopscotching to all the things on the outside of that are so important, and then we give so little here. And it's you're like, yeah, give mama some time today. Yeah, probably should do that. Yeah, just take 20%. And it's like, yeah, well, looks like we're done with Daniel time for the day. Like, I was gonna edit a little bit, but I guess I'll just put up a bunch of little reels throughout the course of the day, and we'll just leave it at that, because there's not like there's 3 episodes of reels that I can pick from. So do I really have to edit?
Where's
No.
where this guy, I forgot his name. Fuck, they call him the billionaire maker. He is that little fucking, he looks
Dan Pena?
short. Who?
Dan Pena?
Dan Pena.
Freaking psycho.
That motherfucker, dude, right?
I love that
He,
dude.
that motherfucker, he's the first one. No, you fucking got no balls, you fucking pussy, you piece of. And I'm like,
that be damned.
I was like, they don't make them like they used to, you know? But listening to him one time, he said something that is extremely important. And it was also re-emphasized, let me rephrase this, in my mind by what I consider one of my first mentors. Jim Rohn said, when I was at work, I would think about being home. When I was home, I would thought about being at work. I learned that when I'm at work, I only think about work. And when I am at home, I only think about home. So I give myself everything. When you learn to fully divide those two times, then truly you'll be able to grow in your success. Dan fucking Pena always says, he goes, what's this fucking gay bullshit of of let's equal times, right? So having the work-life balance. He goes, that shit doesn't fucking exist.
It really
doesn't. It's either A, you're giving your time to your family, or B, you're giving your time to your fucking future, to your finances, whatever the fuck it may be. But you have to do one or the other. You cannot do both. The day you do both is the day you fucking die. You know, you can't. There is, it's impossible, because you're gonna just give up and say fuck it. You know, so that's, I think, one of the hardest things that women, I think, and I'm generalizing, I know, and I'm sorry, I know, I'm gonna say it like this: is, you know, there's certain women that understand that, and some women that don't. You know, guys like us, I could tell we're so driven to a certain extent that we tend to forget, and we have the other one going. It's such a strong enough magnetical force, because we're so opposites, that she'll pull us back in and go, hey, snap it, come here, what are you doing, pay attention, let's go. Maybe it's that, I don't know.
There's a Bible verse about that too.
Tell me.
James 1:8. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You just have to focus. Like, that's, like, it popped in my head. Like, you can't be two places at one time.
You're not going to give yourself at all. No, you can't. Impossible. Yeah, you're going to be enjoying your daughter's recital, for example, you know, but you're thinking about the fucking job that you have to finish at work. You're not enjoying the moment. Like, we could be present
to your kid. Like,
it's not.
That's so
Listen,
unfair.
One of the best movies out there for any guy to watch is Click, Click, with fucking Adam Sandler. Listen, oh my God, I think I've watched it 100 times, and 100 times I've cried, and I will continue to cry. There's certain aspects of that movie that I go, holy shit. It happens to me. It happens to all of us. That movie literally describes everything how we do it. Like, whenever we have an argument with our significant others, you know, it's like, oh my God, you know, fuck this. Let's just fast forward through this and let's just get over the good pain. Dude, you're a zombie. We learn to fucking be zombies. Well, that's why we need to take care of the soul. We need to take care of our spiritual beings. I truly, 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 truly believe that if I hadn't been woken up, I'd be divorced or I'd be fucking dead. You know, because the way that I was going, it was out there, nowhere. It was insane. Once I realized and said, holy shit, I'm actually, you know, it's one of those things that I think that my father pursued his whole life and never got, was that clarity. I think that's one of the only things that separates me with my dad, because everything else I seem to fucking come back up. But the only thing that I can honestly say is that, you know, and I've tried showing the way to my siblings. I have one left. For example, my little brother, he's done 2 sessions of Toad with me, and that was more of a connection between us that we needed. I see where he's going. He is not in a position that could. He needs to wake up because he's falling asleep again. But I can't push him. It's not one of me. It's something that he has to do now. It's one thing for me to say, hey, maybe we should try this together. Let's sit down, let's meditate, let's breathe, let's do our breath works, and now from there, if we needed something a little bit more stronger, whatever it is, then we turn to herbal, supplements and so forth, natural stuff. And we take it from there and we move forward. He had an amazing breakthroughs throughout certain time, but then again, I became the devil again because of his wife frame of mind. I became the devil, and I became like, oh my god. So it's okay. It's no problem. Please, if you're happy doing what you need to do, then please go ahead and continue. I've talked to my mother. I talked to her about the other day about him and so forth, and about what we talked about, and so, it's just not that I don't love him. I really miss him. I really, really, really do, but I cannot let him continue sucking the life out of anything that has to do with me. Plus, at the same time, I realized, what? Mom is in a position that she needs him as much as he needs her, because in her mind, that's one of the things that she failed at, was being a mother to him. I know that my mother is fighting that battle. I know she is. So in her mind, I'm taking care of my last baby. So I got to leave her alone. Go be with your baby. Let me get the fuck out. That's one thing. At the same, then I also think about, okay, so we got Janet. So we got Janet. She's my spiritual bee. She's so lost. She is so amazing. She's beautiful. That she's the one that tries to unite all of us. Like, hey guys, remember she's the only girl, and there's three brothers that we know of from my dad and her. So she's the only girl, and she tries to pull the brothers together. My oldest brother, Charles, he suffered a nasty loss. He lost his firstborn when he was 2 years old, and him and his wife, they're still. I think they're still recovering. So they're very secluded with everything. He dove himself into work. He dove into work. He's done quite well for himself. Very successful at what he does, but he's a slave of money. It's not. He didn't live. He just accumulated. He was always broke. He taught me to be always broke. That's a good thing, because if you have access to money, what do? You're gonna blow it. So he taught me to be always broke. I make my money disappear. It's gone. Whether it's good or bad, but it's fucking gone. Whether I put it into fucking whatever growth account or not, but that bitch is gone. So anyway, he taught me how to be broke. He's very well, but ever since dad's passing and so forth, like we tried uniting the brothers, but we realized, at least I realized, I was like, I can't handle your drama, his drama, her drama. I got to do my own. Like, we all have our own little things, and that's when I said, you know what? I love the family get-togethers, but if you don't have a solution to what it is that I have to offer, then I got to go. It's in the same thing. It's like we're very distant, like that. I don't know why the Cadinas are like that. But everybody has their own thing. Charles has not. We did a Toad session with my sister, and I know she got fucking boom. She's doing good. What I mean by that is, what means happens. Like, well, you lose the weight. You start waking up. You start self-reflecting. You're like, oh wait, I'm like this because, or the attitude. You start becoming more self-aware. For her aspects and so forth. So she's doing very well in her new enterprise that she's doing.
Why does it take some people that extra step to become self-aware?
what's that? Taking
Yeah.
an external substance. Well, and here's the thing. To be honest with you, these are natural antique medicines. So
Like
if you
I
say,
gather that, but it's
yeah,
still
but here's the thing.
still external.
Listen to what society has done. Either A, by the time you're 15, 16 years old, you really need to know what the hell who you are, because you really don't,
Yeah, you
right?
don't.
So you don't. So what did they do back in the day? For example,
Like the rite of passage.
yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
whether you're going to become a man or a woman, whatever it is, you need to go figure the fuck out what it is that you're going to do. So either A, depending on what fucking tribe it is, whatever it is, where is it you came from, there's different substances for that. If you're a
Yeah.
Native American, you had the peyote, right? So peyote, it's like a 3 day. Oh my god, I've never done peyote, but I can just imagine. You know, I can tell you right now, I'm not the type of person that likes to lose. I don't like to lose. I don't like to be drunk because I lose control. I don't like to lose control for such a large amount of time. You know what I mean? It's like,
Mhm.
uh, you know, like the times that I've smoked marijuana. It's like, okay, you can't do fucking dick for 4.5, 5 hours. You know what I mean? So in other words, you lost your 8 hour day type deal. You can't do that, whatever it is. It depends on what it is. Mushrooms, if you're going to do a psychedelic, most mushroom tours are fucking 4.5, 5 hours. I don't
So
like,
that's a long half life.
I
Like,
don't like having those long periods of the same thing, getting drunk. I don't like to be like long periods of just not be coherent. You know what I
mm,
mean? I don't like that. Well, the one thing that I learned from when the different other substances is depending on your mission is depending on everything else. So with Toad, for example, when you inhale any DMT, I'm not condoning this to anybody. I'm not telling the people to fucking they should do this. I'm just telling them my own personal experience. So when I inhale DMT, those it's when you inhale and DMT, it's only about a 15-minute trip, and
mm,
you're literally just relaxed. You're sleeping. Your body's asleep. What happens to you when you're in there? It's a different
right.
story. But you're just relaxed. You're sleeping. They're sleeping. Yes, there are some that wake up and they scream or whatever. Like I did. My
No.
my spirit didn't want to fucking die. It did not. I don't want to say die. It didn't want to calm down. It was taking over. So when I had to become more self aware that way. And it's not. Listen, there's a beautiful fucking story in on Gaia about a young man who was so depressed that he himself signed away his rights and had the fucking zapping. Like he went into the mental institution and said, "There's something wrong with
Electroshock
me."
therapy.
That he did
Electroshock.
electroshock therapy to
No.
reset his fucking brain, dude. He says it was the most excruciating thing. That he goes, he thinks that they fucked him up even more. Like, but he signed away his rights, and it's okay. It is what it is. And the only thing that saved him was he spent fucking 8, 9 months. I think it was almost a year in the woods, in the jungle, living with some fucking butt flap tribe that cured him by doing. I think it was like 100-day session of ayahuasca. Like you have so many fucking shit inside you that when he came back out, he realized at the end of everything, he realized his fucking where the depression was coming from. He was sick and tired of trying to prove something he was not, and he had to prove it to his father. Holy shit, dude! Are you serious? His father was always like, "Oh, go to school, go grades." The guy, he had an issue with always being the best. And he would tell people, "You're a fucking moron. You're not the best. You're not the best. You're not the best." You follow what I'm in? And then all of a sudden he goes, "I'm never going to be good enough for my father."
Look, I told you this before. Like, well, we called this out. I was like, well, I wonder how many grown men are running around being something or not because they got fucking daddy issues. And it's not like I'm not bashing that. It's just something that like we never
We
address.
never address.
And it's like,
Oh,
what's it? And like it's not even saying that you got a bad parent. It's you. It's me. It's not them. It's you.
learning how to cope with the information that we have. Dude, we just have to reprogram ourselves. We have a direct program that we don't even know how to do, right? So we're born here. All we know is how to fucking poop, sleep, cry. We don't know nothing else. And we have to be taught everything. We have to be taught how to walk, have to be taught how to climb, have to be taught how to talk. How about they teach us how to think? They're teaching us how to think. So we're being programmed by imperfect beings trying to figure it out on a daily basis, and we're programmed to their specs. How the fuck do we get to fucking Control Alt Delete fucking here, which is exactly the way that I describe my personal 5MEO experience. It is a complete Control Alt Delete. And how many times do you have to hit Control Delete on your computer to end a lot of fucking tasks? Sometimes you got to do that shit a little often until finally you get all the malware taken out. Like you realize it. Control Delete. What's running right now? Oh, that one right there. Yep. Let's kill it. Cool. All right. Oh, something's not going on. Control Delete. Boom. That's exactly, hands down, what that is to me. Is that something that I do every day? Of course not. Is it something you could? You probably could. Is it recommended? I do not recommend.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, it's just, it depends on who you are, what you come from, and what your trauma is. It took me a little longer.
I was like, why do some people need that? Like, this is like, I feel like it's not everybody. I became self-aware. I don't know how.
You must have had some traumatic. No, you had some traumatic experience in your life, and you said, "I will not do that."
Okay, I've had a few of those. So
those are the first steps. Those are the first steps. You know what I mean? That's it. That's pretty much it. There's also, and that's when you change those specific programs. It's not until you see everything all at once. Not until, at least it wasn't for me, when I realized, dude, holy shit, when I realized, I cried for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, I remember. Every time I would I'm just driving. Dude, it's going back in. Now it's like, I got it. I know what to do. Thank you. I'm good. Now when I get these little spurts of like, hey, what's going on? Boom, boom, boom. It's different. It's different. It's different. So it took me forever and a day, I guess you could say it that way, how to, and then learn about the true aspects of the mind. I didn't realize or remember, but my dad took me, I must have been 10 years old, 7, 8 years old. I remember he took me to some fucking event where I walked on a fucking bed of nails.
No kidding.
Dude, I remember that. And it was one of those motivational events where the guy was like, yeah, you can, he's showing people how to walk through glass or hot coals or whatever the fuck it was, and I wasn't allowed to go to the hot coals or the glass, but I was allowed to walk on the bed of nails. I said, okay. So I walked over a bed of nails, right? Which, if you look at it anyway, you're not gonna. There's so much even pressure.
Yeah,
it's no big deal, But I saw people do that.
Thing.
Yeah, I saw people do that. I saw people, walk over coals. I saw people walk over glass. I remember that. That was an event that my dad took me to. That's why I said maybe he was just chasing the guy he never met, And if he did meet him, he met him too late. And I'd hate to think. I think Ed Milet says that there's one thing that he said that kind of resonated with me once, and he says that his version of heaven is when he dies and he goes there, and he's like, hey. And he's received by that special being, and he hopes to recognize that special being because he sees he knows that the best version of himself, he wants to be able to realize and see the best version of himself. Like God created this image of you, but you came up with this one. Are you similar? Nah, kinda. All right, go back and do it again.
Keep chasing them.
You know, maybe that's it. I don't know. We never know. But I truly believe that we make our own heaven. I truly believe we live in heaven and hell at the same exact fucking time. We choose what to believe in. You know, do I believe that cycles repeat? I think we talked that already before about how certain cycles in our life, they do repeat. There was people that helped us when we came, when I was 4.5, 5 years old to this country. I think I'm doing the same with another family. I'm helping them as much as I can. I am putting myself in a financial situations sometimes, but I want to make sure that they're okay. Because I know how to take care of me. I'm good. I don't give a fuck. It's true. Most people would come in and they'll look at me like, how the fuck is this guy living? I have no idea. But I have the best life in the world, so I'm cool. So I'm good, and I have no idea how I'm living. Money comes in, money goes out. It's just, I just have faith. I guess you could say it that way. I know for a fact. I have yet to fucking come home and not be a plate of food on the yet. As long as my home is taken care of and there's good food on the table, doesn't matter. We're good. What else? What else? What else? What else? Like I said, everything repeats. Me and Sebastian, me growing up and living with Dolly's family for a while, just like his girls living with us.
Gotcha.
A lot of the things that I witnessed growing up that I'm not part of and won't condone. Sebastian isn't seeing, Gabby isn't seeing. They're gonna be living it better. So as long as we break those generational traumas that I have, that my wife has, she's got some really bad ones with certain family members. We all have something. She's going through her own shit. Understanding that you're not alone. That we're all, dude, we're so alike, but we're so different. It's like our worlds, we don't realize how bad the same issues, the same problems that we have mentally, they have, and they have their own issues. We need to be more self-aware of them, for them. We need to support them because they're the only people who really puts up with us. Who else is going to put up with you, dude? If you don't like the person who puts up with you, then you're sitting in the wrong room. You got to go. How many times have you heard, oh yeah, we're still together? I know people. I promise you, I know people. I could name fucking 20 of them right now.
No, ball and chain.
Yeah, the ball and chain. Then you
Like,
fucking asshole. My pain in the ass. Why are you doing that? You're killing yourselves. You treat her like the fucking queen she is. I promise you, she will convert and turn into the person you need her to be.
So
and that goes to you too, women. It's real simple. You treat us like the fucking kings and or whatever providers that we want to be. However you want us to be, you treat us with the same love and respect and everything. We guarantee you that we're like loyal dogs. Promise you. We are like loyal dogs,
Not all of them.
Well,
no, but the premise.
Are you like? I mean, depending on the person, it could be like a cat. Here once in a while, only to get fed. But that's the thing. Yeah. You realize it once you find your puppy, dude. You got to fucking take care of your puppy.
Yeah, when you got the right one. When you got the right one.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. You never know, and you're never gonna know. Only if you fucking, in the beginning, everything is all happy dory. I love the way she smells. I love the way he fucking smells. I love the way, I don't know, she looks naked. I love the way she makes me feel, whatever it may be. Just make sure you hold that, and that's whatever it is that brought you together, there's got to be a purpose. There's got to be a purpose.
Well, I mean, like when you make that choice, like once the choice is made, the choice is made. And I think that people like to like double dutch that shit where they're like looking to get jump in and then they're in there and then they want to jump back out. I
Well,
had
that's
somebody that I
yeah.
had she was like it was like a person that when people ask
Mm.
you for advice but they don't know what your standpoint is on marriage, and it was like, oh, she's like, yeah, so I don't like my husband anymore, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I'm thinking about making a change. Is like, are you asking for advice from me? Because I just met you. Like, I'm here to teach you about insurance. She's like, yeah. She's like, well, what do you think? I was like, I think you need to figure it the fuck out because you married. And she never asked me again because I
No,
was like, yeah, I was like, you guys built a life together, you guys had kids together. I was like, if even if you don't like him anymore, that's on you.
it is.
And like you guys need to have some conversations because at a certain point, you guys both made a decision to get into this thing for life, and then you're like, oh, well, I don't like him anymore. He's pissed me off. You better figure it out because that's not how marriage works. And if you ask me for advice about like saving your mate, like if that dude ain't beating you, cheating on you, or just becoming a toxic, verbally abusive, freaking asshole, irreconcilable differences, cheating on you, doing everything that he shouldn't be doing, like, and it's just like, oh, you know, he just pisses me off. But what do you mean he just pisses you off? Like, oh, I'm sick of my wife. What do you mean? Why are you sick of your wife? Oh, well, I don't like the way she talks to you. Oh, that's your fault. Like you let it happen, fix it. And it's just like one of those things.
Just
It's
just the
mind-boggling to me. It's like just let it keep on going to the point where it's like, it's just sliding downhill. Well, why didn't you stop it when it started? Like that doesn't
just the
even make any sense.
realization that my wife told me the other day. She goes, "You know what's funny?" She goes, "I fucking hate you sometimes, and then I hate myself because I'm the one who let it happen." And I was like, "Ooh,
That right there.
ooh," and I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of what I say." You know, I'm so sorry I hurt her, and
Mm.
it's the truth. I'm getting the backlash of
Mm-hmm.
something that you know what I mean. That from the like, oh my god, oh my god. You know, there's when she realized she goes, wait, you were this person this whole time. I fucking hate you. You
Mm.
know, and I was like, you can't hate me and love me at the same time, and it's
Mm.
impossible. I said either A, we're gonna make this work, or B, we're not. You
Well,
know, and just the fact that you woke up next to me means you're making it work. So guess what? I love you. I love you today.
right.
You know, thank you so much for waking up next to me today. I love you more today than I ever left, you know. And I promise, and I honor you, and I love you, and I'm here for you, whatever it is that you need. You know, there's some days that I need a little bit more for me, but for now, it's all you. You know, but yeah,
I'm glad my wife has woken up before I made this whole room echo. Um, you can hear it like oh, like, my bad, but she's already awake, so it's time to hit the gym.